What's going on, guys? Welcome to another podcast episode. We've got a special episode today for the reason that I've got a very large human sitting next to me, a man who is only 19 years old, Riekerd Bornman of South Africa. He's moved to Australia, he's here, and he's a freak on the table, is all I'll say so far. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Riekerd. How are you, brother?
All good, man.
All good?
Yeah.
All good, man. It's good to see you in here. Thank you so much for coming in. You're a special dude. There's a lot that I'd love to get to know about you, but when I say you're a special dude, man, the impression that you made the first time I gripped you a few weeks ago, it blew me out of the water. So I would love to start by just asking you, tell us a little bit of a story about who you are, your background,
100%.
how the hell you got so damn strong too.
Yeah, okay, so it's probably my genetics, It's from the Bornman side.
It's not the biltong.
No. As I said, the biltong does add about 3 centimeters on the bicep. But
Awesome.
yeah, no, I think it's from my father's side. He's a very strong human being. So, and I'm just lucky to connect on all the angles. So yeah,
And you're 19 years old, is that correct?
I'm 20 now.
20 now. There we go.
I turned 23 weeks ago.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
I didn't say happy birthday to you all that time ago. I should have done it. But, man, so 20 years old, you're a rugby player, yeah? That's your
Yeah.
bread and butter?
Yeah, that's what I used to play semi-professional in South Africa, in the 20 Curry Cup, the Shield division. So yeah, I got an injury about 8 to 9 months ago. Tore my ATFL in my ankle, and my uncle just came to me and said, "Hey, listen, come to Australia, come give it a crack." And I decided, okay, let's come and give it my all.
Yeah. Okay. So where is that for you? Are you here in Australia? Are you knocking on the door of clubs, or what is it? I don't know the process. Like, how does someone try to break into rugby?
Yeah, okay, so unfortunately, for 12 to 15 weeks, I've been out, injured, with my shin splits. So I'm on my way back. Probably 4 weeks, I'll be back on the field, hopefully. So yeah, it's been mentally, it's been very tough, and I think the arm wrestling has helped me a lot. That's why I started doing it again, and yeah. So
Arm wrestling's been the savior of many situations. I know people that arm wrestling, like they were having heart attacks and stuff before, and then arm wrestling's turned their life around. Arm wrestling can be the savior for rugby, but look, arm wrestling doesn't pay as much as rugby.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. But I do it because I just love it, eh?
You love it.
I really love it, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I beat Mario,
Oh yeah.
or when
You beat Mario?
when I beat Mario, I'm open to as many super matches as a human can have.
Yeah,
Because
wicked.
I really just want to start and
Yeah.
give it a all. Yeah.
So for the listeners that aren't aware, you're facing Mario Tembakas, who is the Australian Arm Wrestling Federation 100 kilo national champion, and you're facing him at AWE 2 on July 2nd here in Australia, and that's your first ever super match, isn't it? Your first ever super match, and you're taking on a really, really good dude. Like,
Give me the number 6 guy in Australia.
yeah.
easy, man. Yeah.
How I want to. I'll ask you some more questions here, but I do want to go back as well. But how are you? How are you feeling? Like jumping into that sort of deep end in respect to arm wrestling, professional sports, and the pressure of that moment.
Luckily, I can handle pressure pretty good. So it's power. So power and strength is something I really love. As a child, I used to train a lot and do a lot of strength training because for me to be a man, you need to be strong. So that's how we see it in South Africa, me and my family. And so I've always been the strongest between my friends. And so coming into this, I'm not afraid. I'm a little bit nervous because the guy has a lot of experience on me. I don't have any experience setup-wise and all that kind of stuff. So I'm depending on my power, and this little few things you guys learned me, but he just needs to know that I'm not afraid, and I'm coming to give him all. Yeah.
Yeah, remember, there's nothing much more you can do than that. Like, like I said, there's something different about you. I always I like to think that I've got a good read on someone's ability and potential in the sport. Uh, I really enjoy helping bring the best out of someone who has that potential and who demonstrates the desire and that possibility. And you were someone that when I came across you, you were like an outlier. It was like alarm bells going off of going, hang on, this guy's different. This guy's got way more of all of that potential. Your strength, you said you've always been strong amongst your friends and your family. Was that right from a kid? Like you said genetics, like when did you start actually training to be strong?
I would say grade 10. I really started, but all my life I was jacked, and I don't know. I think really
I love it. When were you jacked? Like were you bigger than the kids in primary school?
yeah, always. It's primary school straight through. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were.
With my injury, I gained a little bit of fat. So, but that's normal. And
What is your weight and everything right now? Weight, height. Give us the basic stats.
Okay, so this morning I weighed in at 120 point something. I think it was 0.4 something. My height is supposed to be 191.
Yeah.
But sometimes people get it confused for being 192, 191 and a half. So yeah.
Yeah. 191 with your shoes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. You're a big dude, and you've been like that from the beginning. So year 10, you started to embrace it. Did you embrace it in a gym manner, or did you embrace it in a rugby manner?
No, gym. Yeah, gym. Because as a kid, I would always do push-ups, sit-ups, air squats, pull-ups, all the basic stuff. And I don't know, my body really reacted good to it. So I would build muscle pretty quick. But grade 10, everything started to change for me. So then I started to weigh 103 kg in grade 10. And grade 11, 100, 105, 108, grade 12, 110, 115. And yeah.
I need to know, like, because you're a big dude, and obviously a lot of people there's a lot of pride in their upbringing, where they come from. Are South Africans just bigger in general? Like, you now been here in Australia. Polynesian guys are massive compared to Aussies. South Africans, I got a feeling, are big as well. Is that the case? Is the average South African just a bigger dude than the average Aussie?
Probably, yeah. Okay, yeah. But the thing is, when I walk around in the supermarkets and all that kind of stuff, I can see, okay, the people are much taller here than in South Africa.
Okay.
But I think you can see when a guy is built good and he can do
compared to soft, yeah.
So South Africans is very, very tough. For example, this weekend I went to a father and son camp, a South African father and son camp in Toowoomba.
Yep.
And we call them a boerseun.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a big bloke. He eats all the biltong. He doesn't leave a little bit for you, okay? So, and then you just realize, okay, there's a few big South Africans out there, and that's why people see, okay, when they see this bloke, they think, this South African is dangerous. Yeah, but I would say most of South Africans, because it's not only how we look, but it's our mentality as well, yeah.
Yeah, your mentality. I'm glad you brought that up, because you've got a different mentality. I can sense a different mentality in you compared to most people as well. Well, the first thing that I saw was you're incredibly grateful and humble, like really significantly, and that's very admirable. But it doesn't seem like that's coming from a place of timidness. It seems like that's coming from a place of mess with me and I'll fuck you up sort of potential. Like I can, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to make assumptions, but like you've come from a tough background where you've got a lot of gratitude mixed in. Is that true?
Yeah. The thing is, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. But one day when this shit hits the fan, I don't want to be there because I don't know how I would react. Because people has always been nice to me. I I've always been nice to other people around me. So I believe when you go into life with a smile on your face and to be positive, other people is going to be positive towards you. So yeah, I don't
It also helps to be massive. And
probably. Yeah.
people tend to be nicer to the guy that can beat the shit out of him too. But you're not a fighter. That's cool. Is there is there an aggressive side to you on the field? Like, when you're playing rugby? Are you do you fire up, or are you calm, controlled sort of guy?
Yeah, fire up, yeah.
Okay, I'm excited because I've been wondering that as well about the arm wrestling. I'm like, I feel like training Riekerd is one thing. I don't know what competition Riekerd looks like yet. So what can we expect?
Okay, I don't like it to lose, eh? So yeah. So adrenaline it's a beautiful thing, and when it strikes me, everything changes. Sometimes it feels like I can't see through my eyes. Everything looks red, and but yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Sorry,
That's all right, man.
Because this is my first super match, and when I grip up that first round, it's everything. It's everything. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. On the rugby field, when something small happens, I really get triggered pretty quick.
Okay.
Because I don't like it to be pulled and pushed in the face and all that kind of stuff.
So you're a clean fighter, and so when I say clean fighter, as in you stick to the rules, you don't bend the rules, you don't take advantage of opportunities. You're an honourable fighter, and you want to fight fair.
Is this arm wrestling or rugby you're talking about?
That's a different. Well, yeah, give us the answer to both.
Okay, so in arm wrestling, I don't think I can play dirty because I don't know the tricks yet. That's that's obvious thing. But in rugby, don't mess with me because I'm bigger and stronger than you. So
I love it.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. There it is. Okay, so yeah, my very brief experience playing rugby was that is a vicious sport.
Yeah.
Man, I played for like 6 months when I was 19 in the military, and the thing for me was I remember going from playing at school where I'm playing the same age kids to all of a sudden being in men's sport, and I was when I was 19, I was only 75 kilos. And that's not big enough for a rugby field. But I just remember thinking, yeah, this sport's not for me. It's I don't have the ruggedness to handle all of that. But anyway, you do. So your match against Mario, that to me is a really interesting match. You have been thrown in the absolute deep end. Like I've got to give Mario some props here. Mario's one of those guys that turned up to the sport sort of similar to you. He was young and he felt way stronger than the average person who just turns up, like way stronger. He's also very technical. He's always been nipping at my heels. He's got victories on me. I'm ahead on our head-to-head, but he's someone who I consider a very real threat to myself. So he's a very good level. How do you approach this match, like mentally, physically? What are you doing to get ready for Mario Tembakas?
Mentally, I'm having a chat with my parents every night while I'm at the arm wrestling table, so that's pretty nice to be able to have a WhatsApp call. So mentally, I think I'm sorted, but physically, I know what it is. So I think my arm is strong enough. It's all in my hand, mate. Yeah. So I think if Mario...
Do you know that you're stronger than Mario? Like in your mind, do you believe you're just flat out stronger?
No. I don't know what to expect. I really don't know the guy. I saw him beat Larry Wheels. So, because you guys gave me Adam Laura. And I was like, okay, let's see. This is going to be a tough match because I see he's a really good inside puller. And I'm like, oh, fuck. This is going to be very, very tough day for me. And I couldn't get the match with Adam and Mario Tembakas. And the first thing, I just YouTubed him, and I saw Larry Wheels. I was like...
And he smacked Larry.
They can't be serious. What the fuck? Yeah, so...
Well, yeah. That's brings up one of the interesting facts about the sport is that as strong a human as Larry is, I mean, all sorts of phenomenal numbers in the powerlifting sense. When he first came to arm wrestling, he was still like it shows that there's more to arm wrestling than just strength. There's definitely a skill based, combat based, execution based side to it that amplifies that strength. But you don't have bad instincts. I think your instincts are far better than Larry's were when Larry was new. Larry's fantastic now.
Yeah.
He's really picked up. But you have arm wrestling instinct, and I want to know where it came from. Where did you get that instinct?
Okay. All my South African friends watching this, they would just love to be mentioned. So we would pull each other over the table desks. That's it. Hey? So my physics teacher would stand in front of the class and just laugh at us. So what are you guys doing? And just after a while, she would just stop caring. So yeah. So that's the thing in South Africa. That's why the sport really needs to grow in South Africa, because men like me, we love power. You always believe you're the stronger man. So that's why you want to group up with everyone and do it over the desk. But there's not a step further. So I think to bring it into schools, and that would be a good thing for South Africa. So yeah, me and my friends would hook up, and I think the more you do it, the more you can feel where to go, where to position yourself. And the thing is, I know I'm strong in my right arm. So to put someone else in a bad position is actually beneficial for myself, because I know what to do, what to take, and where to go. So I think if it wasn't for my strength, technically I'm not good enough to face Mario. So yeah.
Okay, so you through high school gripped up over the physics counter.
Yeah.
You've mentioned to me before you have a younger brother, is it?
That's the man. The man. He's training really hard now.
How old is he?
He's 15 years old. Yeah. So he's massive, mate. I think he's about 187, weighing in at 90 kgs.
At 15?
Yeah.
And he's a beast?
Yeah, I'll show you. His bicep is I think probably 40 centimeters.
Yeah, well, nice.
No, he's gonna be something else. So I'm just telling him, don't stop training, because the clubs in South Africa is pretty far from our house. So you should just go on. But you guys will see him, yeah.
So it doesn't stop with the Riekerd train. There's more to come. I always love that when you meet a dude that's a beast, and then he's like, wait till you see my brother.
Yeah. No, genuine, yeah.
That's awesome. So you and your brother, did you grow up watching the sport? Did you grow up? Obviously, there's Terence Opperman. When I think of South African arm wrestling, I think of Terence Opperman. I found the sport in 2013, and Terence, for me, was one of those names at the time that was one of the most prominent in arm wrestling. I remember seeing him have a super match with John Brzeg. I remember seeing him in the Nemiroff Cup with the yellow shirts. And to me, he was one of the best in the world at the time. When I saw it, I was like, oh, Terence Opperman. South African arm wrestling kind of then went quiet for a period. I haven't seen it, and it's just starting to bubble back up now. Yeah. Terence, I'm seeing he's at Arm Wars.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the match, but he's at Arm Wars in a battleground with people like Devin Larratt. So again, straight away showing his caliber. And now you're about to make a debut. Where is South African arm wrestling in its development? Do you have an insight into that?
No, not at all. No. But the thing is, I never knew Terence. But the time I pulled him.
You pulled him, didn't you?
That's the time I met him.
So, you got to tell us about that story, because that is your only competition pull. Am I correct?
Yeah, that I trained for.
Yeah.
Because the other competitions I went to with my father, not training, just for the love of the sport, eh?
Yep.
So I met Terence. It was Terence. It was my first session ever. So I was pretty nervous. It was my first match.
You got literally Terence Opperman in your very first pull.
Yeah. He pulled me. So we pulled down. And I was, Terence, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So he went slowly on me because I'm new to the sport and all that kind of stuff. But I could feel something. Because he couldn't pin me. And afterwards we had a
side table sort of pull.
Yeah. So it happened again. I stopped him there, and then he just took my pronation. So I don't think. I just want all the South African fans to understand I'm doing arm wrestling because I love it. And to be on this platform, it's amazing, mate. Just to promote the sport as a South African, people should actually say, hey, mate, well done. So For Terence, he's really a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He really explained a lot of stuff to me. I wish I could have seen him more in South Africa, but the thing is, I was just far away from the clubs. But yeah, Terence is something insane. You saw the video. He just busted through my arm. Yeah.
But I saw a stop too. That's the thing that was alarming to me. Was it when I see when a brand new dude gets a stop on someone of Terence's level, that's alarming as well, because there are a lot of levels to professional arm wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
A lot of levels, and Terence is very high up that ladder. So for a brand new dude to be able to, even if it is him initiating slow, respectfully, it was still a tournament, and it's still tournaments do tell the truth. People, like, you protect a new guy in a tournament, but you don't give anything away.
Yeah.
And when I say you protect the guy, you don't want to hurt a new guy, but you don't give anything away. And he didn't give anything away, and you got that genuine stop. And I was like, oh, wow! For a brand new guy to get a stop on Terence, and then not only did you get a stop, but it came back to center, and you got your shoulder behind, and you're and then he busted you open. But still, impressive stuff. Like, that blew my mind, and that was when I knew, okay, you're the real deal. And then I touched your hand for the first time too, and you effectively stonewalled me at center.
I don't know about that. I really actually want you to hit me as hard as you can, and then you'll just see my hand opening up.
I don't, you might have the doubts. I don't have the doubts. Like I said, I know what I felt. And in that training pool, that was my first pool of the night. And yeah, man, that it took. I think I got you after about 7 or 8 pulls through experience and the wear built up onto you. But I couldn't pin you in those first. I promise you. And I've been doing this thing a damn decade. And I think I'm going all right.
No, I really don't know.
That's awesome. No, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so Beef, you've got the match with Mario July 2nd. You're actively chasing the rugby. Do you have your foot in the door here in Australia? Is there a club in rugby in Australian rugby that you're hopeful for?
Honestly, I think I should start playing because I haven't played one game this year yet. So I've been to the Reds a couple of times, about 4 or 5 times, helping me out with my physio and all that kind of stuff. So I think there's a little bit of interest from the Red side. But I need to get on the field and start showing them what I got. Yeah.
Hey, what position do you play? I've never asked that.
Loose forward. So that's from 7'6" to 8. Yeah.
Loose forward. So describe for me the loose forward's role in the team respectfully to everyone else.
Okay, so loose forward, you can be wherever you want, but still fitting into the game plan. So
are you on the scale of hard worker to flamboyant playmaker?
Yeah,
where are you?
Loose forward is one of the hardest workers on the field. So I would say the hardest worker. It should be the scrum off because he's everywhere. Eh? He needs to run after the ball every single phase. But as the 8 man, you need to be everywhere as well. So when there's a ruck, you need to go clean there. When there's an open gap, you need to take someone else's spot. So I think a loose forward has a much more important job than, for example, a prop, because they are set on the field, where a loose forward can be loose and wherever.
I like hearing all this because I think the rugby and the position you play, it's very reflective of who you are as well as a person, not just within your physical capabilities, but the mentality. Some people are heavily drawn to being the hero of the team that sets up the tries, that kicks the goals, whatever. Other people want to be the backbone of the engine room and just say, no, trust me, I'll hold the whole team together and I'll win it with my defense or whatever. I feel like you can see the reflections of a man's personality in his position in rugby as well. So I think that's a pretty awesome thing. So you're a hard worker who basically can do a bit of everything.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
High school, I used to kick as well.
I used to kick as well. So you're one of those forwards that has a kicking license. You're allowed to kick.
Yeah,
The coach doesn't clip you over the ears if you kick.
No.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, before we wrap up, man, the last sort of question I want to ask for you is arm wrestling. You mentioned it before that you're super keen. If everything goes well, you're all in. How all in are you on the sport of arm wrestling? Where do you see yourself going? Because you're someone with potential. Do you see yourself long term in this sport?
I think if you know Riekerd Bornman, you would know I'm in for it. So I'm gonna give it my all. I'm really giving it my all. So you should just know that I'm coming for the win. Because if I win, there's steps. So steps will be climbed if I win Mario. And even if I lose, I will still continue with the sport because I really, really, really enjoy it. And to be able to train at Kingpin, it's a massive, massive privilege. And to grip up with guys like you, Marcus, Lachlan, and all the other guys. Ethan, he's exceptional, that guy. So yeah, I really enjoy the sport. I'm training every day, really, really hard. I know I'm new to the sport, but I'm going to give it my all. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I have to, before we go, I just remembered Mario Tembakis referred to you as...
I know.
I don't know if it was a slip-up from Mario. And when I seen a slip-up, we're in a group chat, and I don't know if he knew you were in the group chat. When he referred to you...
I think he knew.
What did he refer to you as?
Walmart Morozov.
Walmart Morozov.
Yeah, it's actually a difficult one to say as well, eh?
So, how did that... I need to know, how did the term... When Mario called you Walmart Morozov, what did that make you think? And how did you react, gut feel?
The only thing I could say to Mario, you better win now, mate. Because otherwise, Walmart Morozov is going to fucking beat you, and I'm going to be really proud. Really proud, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it when there's a bit of fire in there. And when you get, that's a gift at the end of the day, isn't it? When an opponent gives you something like that you can mentally put in the back pocket and attach yourself to, you're like, little do you know, you just actually leveled me up just a little bit because now I have a reason to kick your ass.
That really creates the best matches. Really, it does. And I think that is why Devon's matches is always the best. Even the hype to the match, it's insane. So, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Walmart Morozov over here, better known as Riekerd Bornman. We'll end up with a nickname for you. I don't know what it's going to be yet,
Definitely not Walmart Morozov.
Definitely not Walmart Morozov.
No. Okay, I'll make you a deal. If Mario, if you beat me, that can be my nickname. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So there you go. So the Walmart Morozov nickname. That's how that shows you how confident the man is that in his own ability to fight. That he's happy to put that on the line.
Yeah, definitely.
Mario Tembakis and Riekerd Bornman will be facing at AWE2 July 2nd here in Australia. If you're in the USA, it'll be July 1st, the evening of July 1st for you guys. It will be live on pay-per-view on the Ryan Blue Bowen YouTube channel, amongst other places as well. But Riekerd, man, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Really impressed with everything you've done so far in the sport, which so much promise, and your attitude as well. I really have to commend you on that. It's refreshing to see someone with your attitude. So, wish you all the best. I think you're gonna crush him. 4-0, my prediction. The man from South Africa will win. All right, guys. See ya.